So over the last few days, there has been a lot of tension that's been building up in the Middle East, more specifically in the Strait of Hormuz. Now that happens to be a very important lane, where there happens to be a lot of trade, a lot of commercial trade over there, specifically, in the production and the distribution of oil in the Middle East. Without whoever controls said strait controls basically the flow of oil, and that happens to be an important strategic um area, and it's been a very heavily contested area for many years. Not be exactly between the United States, although the United States has been involved in situations when it comes to the Islamic Republic of Iran, but I'm more referring to the whole Cold War like scenario between Saudi Arabia and Iran. So over the last few days, there has been recent accounts where there have been a few incidences where a Norwegian-owned tanker and a Japanese-owned tanker as well were attacked or sabotaged by elements of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. And just recently, after the incident that was reported, the United States had actually posted a video showing the possibility of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard actually trying to dismantle some of these mines since they didn't explode. Now, do I think that this will lead to war? No, but this evidence alone gives a pretty legitimate case on the behalf of the United States part. Again, I do not think that war is going to occur, and I wouldn't support it unless if Iran actually made some kind of major attack against the United States, such as attacking a Middle East base with U.S. military personnel on it, where that was meant to cripple American forces around the region. Something akin to Pearl Harbor or September 11th, but so far there hasn't been anything complete about that. Now, while this piece of evidence shows the possibility of the IRGC actually trying to remove the unexploded mine, I'm gonna try to give Iran the benefit of the doubt, because the reason why is that, again, the situation in Iran, within the strait itself, is very contentious because of the Cold War situation between Saudi Arabia and Iran. You can't look any further than the situation in Yemen. Both Iran and Saudi Arabia have been funding each side of the conflict there to try to gain some political influence. It's become a proxy war. It's a regional Cold War at this point, and this is the same thing that's been happening also in Iraq at this point, where Iran has actually funded several militias within the country, while Saudi Arabia has been consistently trying to support the federal government of Iraq. And of course, don't forget the Syria situation as well. So again, it's a very major issue that's been going on. Now, this whole Cold War issue is definitely brought in with how Saudi Arabia is standing alongside the United States, accusing Iran of sabotage. Now, again, I believe we should give them the benefit of the doubt unless there is more evidence or that there is going to be a major attack by Iran, something which I think would be completely stupid on their part. Now, here another reason why I would say that it could not be Iran is piracy. Now, I know that in the area that the Horn of Africa is the most common place when it comes to piracy, but given that This happens to be a major commercial area, and also a militarized one where nations are consistently at each other's throats. I wouldn't be surprised if attacks were carried out by some group of smugglers or pirates or something akin to that, just to maybe make a profit off of any merchandise they might carry. Now, I cannot say for sure if that is true. For right now, the evidence when it comes to the video is pointing towards Iran. But I don't think we should make any conclusions at this point. And even if Iran is guilty of the accusations made against them, I don't think it's going to lead to all-out war. I think the most that could happen is sanctions and possibly maybe a blockade of some kind. I say some kind because I don't know what kind of form that takes, because that, in a way, that would be akin to declaring war. And I'm pretty sure that with the situation with Iran's strategic position as well as public opinion in the United States, that is unlikely to happen, because it would take a very strong argument to convince the American public to go to war with the Islamic Republic of Iran. A very, very strong argument. A good argument is like what I said before, a direct attack on the United States. Kind of like how the Japanese committed an attack on Pearl Harbor, and how Al-Qaeda attacked the Twin Towers, as well as the Pentagon, and even nearly tried to take out the White House. So, again, I do not think that there's going to be any sort of war or any kind of conflict whatsoever. I think that there's just going to be a flexing of military might in order to show that the United States, as well as international condemnation. I think that this is just a means to put pressure on Iran, not just when it comes to the whole sabotage of these commercial ships, but especially when it comes to their nuclear ambitions. Because ever since the United States got out of the Iran deal, there has been a major build-up, I would say, in terms of rhetoric from Iran when it comes to building new nuclear weapons. So I wouldn't be surprised if this would be used as another tool to undermine Iran's ambitions of building nuclear weapons. But as far as I know, no matter what the outcome is, there is a very small possibility of war occurring. And again, both Iran and the United States are going to need a hell of a strong argument to pull that off. My name is Noemi, and on the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, if you have any criticisms about my videos, please be sure to put them in the comments below. I love to read them so that I can improve my videos. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.